All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Cleveland Browns taking on the NFC champions, the New Orleans Saints. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin along with the man who has had to stick with me all season long, Charles Davis. And Charles, the anticipation, the hype, the media coverage, all in the rearview mirror now. We can finally get down to playing some football.
Yeah, don't worry about that, partner. I'll ride or die with you anytime. You know that. But here's the best thing about this. Everyone talks about trying to keep things normal as they approach for Super Bowl. There is no such thing as normal. The pageantry, the hype, all of that is more intense than anyone could ever imagine. What you're trying to do is embrace it in one way and make sure it doesn't totally knock you off your game. That's why the night before the big one, teams often switch hotels, try and give those guys that last chance to breathe a little bit before they go out and play.
Outside. 53 is the mark. And let's get this. Check 4.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. To throw is Darnold. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. Give him 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5.
Hey, watch the flat. Hey, box truck. 43 is the mark.
Here's Darnold. He's got his man, Boyd. He was a 1,000-yard receiver during the regular season, and that's his first catch of this Super Bowl, and he picks up the 1st down. Mixon with a 1st down carry. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Go. Lady. Check. Check 13. Watch the eye.
Back to throw, Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Well, if those at home were wondering if we were going to see some offense in this Super Bowl, I think your answer was right there. Incomplete, but they take a big shot early.
Like the script, if they get the big play early, so much the better. But if nothing else, they send a message. They're going to be aggressive in this game.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. And this may be a big early turning point in this Super Bowl. They're going to go for it on 4th down here.
Charlie!
And they are going for it. Darnold. He gets this one to Boyd. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Darnold from the gun. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Rashawn Gary in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
And that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack, and that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Here's Darnold. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Rashawn Gary able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold, escaping the pressure right. They'll let this go for the end zone. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. With a first touchdown of this Super Bowl, and a long one at that, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point up and through by Myers, and it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he is going to lose yardage here. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Murray's going to keep this himself on the RPO. He'll find Metcalf. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Murray going to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. This is taken at the 18. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And coming up on their second drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice. It all came together, but I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
That good for 22 and a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Let's go. 30 base. 43. I got you. I got you.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Throw left side complete. That's Wilkins. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Big gains in succession. Last one was over 20. This one over 30. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now Joe Mixon looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Tackled by Bradley Chubb, the number 5 pick in the 2018 draft.
At the same 17-yard line.
53, check 53. Switch up, switch up. He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up. Mike, 53. 53. Lady. Hey, 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 hey. Undercross, undercross.
On second down, here's Mixon. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up first and goal.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
53 is the mark. In your face.
They'll give it to Mixon. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Second and goal from inside the 5.
53, Mike, 53. That's not good. Check. 53 is mark. Hey, lady. 53 is mark. I got him. 53 is the mark.
And they'll try the air now with Darnold. And this is going to be intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they'll throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. The last run got a couple. Here's second and 8. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here we go. Hey, hold on. Check 31, check 31.
Throwing is Murray on third down. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. And they can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. They had a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Let's go now. 60 outlaw.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option.
I had a coach tell me a long time ago that running a screen pass is similar to acting 101 for your offense, because you've got to show something different and create extra space for linemen to chase the quarterback in order to create extra room for the receiver to catch the football and maneuver upfield. In this case, they'll give a lot of credit to the defense. They communicated well. You could hear them talking to each other on the field, and they reacted and knocked it away.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Man, 80. Go.
Throwing here on 3rd down. Darnold flush to his right. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. They'll run on 1st down. Mixon, and he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. On 2nd and 11 now. Darnold being chased out left. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the 1st down marker is here on 3rd.
Check nickel. Lady. Hey, switch gears. Hey, lady. Here we go. Alert. Hey, lady. Alert. Lady. Hey, Wood.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. He completes it to Boyd. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 28. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
We're going to start. 43, man, 80. Check. Red 80. The lady. Shoot. Alert flare. Shift. Watch the shift. Kill. The lady. Kill.
On 1st down, Darnold. They'll roll him out right. And this is going to be incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Myers on for the field goal. A 45-yard attempt.
And this one is right down Broadway. And the lead moves to 10-zip. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Here we go. 51 to Mike. 51 to Mike. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Ringer. Go. Mike 51. Go.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Eluding the pressure right. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
We want this. Mike's 5-4. Mike's 5-4. Time to go up. Whip. Watch the whip.
A final shot before half for Murray. Rolling to his right. He's going to take off with it. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So these two teams will head to the locker room as we hit halftime in Super Bowl 56. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Set, cut. Switch the outlaws. Rotate. Yeah. I'm going to run you over. Patch it.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
51 to Mike, boy. 51. Here we go. Go, Mike 51. Hey, let's calm down. Hey, let's go.
Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. Touchdown, New Orleans. Brandon Cooks, 60 yards. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
At their own 20.
The Browns drive about to get started. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10.
132 fighter.
A first down throw, Darnold. Flushed out right. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he'd just throw the ball away, and he winds up only picking up a yard or two.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
53 from 8. 2. Come on, baby. Come on, let's go. Let's go, let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53.
Now it's Darnold. He goes full extension, and he's got it. 23 yards the pickup there.
When the spotlight is at its brightest, and let's face it, it's the Super Bowl, those types of plays come out, don't they?
Absolutely. A big-time catch on the biggest of stages.
Do you think that one's going to live on? We're going to see this for a long time.
Definitely going to live on forever with him, that's for sure.
No doubt.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Darnold now to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Brought down by Nate Gehring.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run it until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Now Darnold, escaping the pressure right. His throw caught right around the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
They'll come out in the pistol. On 2nd and goal, one man stands in the backfield, and that's Mixon. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. It'll be a loss of 1, and that is going to set up 3rd and goal.
Right time? 54, right there. 54 Mike. Here we go. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch it. Hey, lady. Let's go, D. Mike 5-4. Hey, Mike 7. Record. Hey, 1 set. Check Mike 54. Mike
incomplete. This defense tried to do its part, active hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some scoring opportunities and help out that offense?
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Out of the pistol, McCaffrey. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 26 and a first down.
That's good for the Saints.
1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Right there. 54 Mike. I got it. Check 3.
Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Well, sometimes a tough game to figure out. One play he looks so good, and then the next play so bad, going backwards.
Yeah, in a span of 2 plays, you go from hero to GOAT, right, to use one of the cliches. But I think what often happens is you have a big run, and sometimes you try and do too much with your next one.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. 30, the 20, 10. And he takes this one in for a Browns score. And what we just saw, very, very rare. We only had 5 of those in the first 50 Super Bowls.
The biggest stage, the biggest game, and we just saw it happen again. Extraordinary.
The defense has been good, and they were good again there.
Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Let's pick it up. It's our time.
Topper!
Let's get off the field.
Check the lady.
Check. 53's Mike. Check. 53's Mike.
Hey, wahoo!
Check it.
And 80.
So following the fumble recovery, here's Darnold. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Hey, watch that. Check Mike, 53. 54. Let's put him on the bus.
Now Murray off play action. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Shaquille Barrett, his 2nd sack of the night. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave him with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
How about that, partner? His second sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Second down, Murray sets to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, New Orleans. DK Metcalf, an even 90 yards as his guys are back within a single score.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Point after, right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. To throw is Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
3rd and 12.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Bravo!
Check it back, check it back.
He'll look to throw. And he's going to go down again. Aaron Donald. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. Returnable here for Davis. A big boot that time. 57 yards, the official distance. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Set, ready. 15 on it. 15 on it.
Coming this way, here we go, here we go. Check 43. Mark on. 54's Mike.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
What we got? What we got? What we got?
39. Check Mike 39.
All day, dog.
Hey, check Mike 39. Check Mike 39.
Let's go.
Boom, boom.
To throw on third down. Murray. He finds an opening past the 40. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he'll take it to the 43-yard line. Give him 18 there, and the Saints have a first down.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Check Mike 39. Check Mike 39. Here we go. Here we go. Watch out. Watch out. Watch out.
Kill, 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 kill.
Huh, 64. Wait.
Hey, check Mike 39. Check Mike 39.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. Slam.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
At the 38-yard line.
Ready, ready. Go to base.
Check Mike 39.
Hustle, hustle. You got block me.
Say, say.
Murray to throw. He gets it to Cooks. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Mike by 4. Get him, get him, get him.
It's free. It's free. Shot.
To throw is Murray. Completes it to Davis. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting them in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Pick up the ball.
Check. Lucky.
He'll look to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Under 10. Under 10. 10.
36.
McCaffrey, he'll try to run it in. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line.
Well, that decision to me was all about pulling up the chart. You know, that beautiful chart that tells you when to go for 2, when to go for 1. I do love it. It helps you with your decision-making during heated times. And just look at it right here in this point of the game. Go for 2, try to make it a field goal difference.
But now just up 1 makes the rest of this fourth quarter a little more interesting.
Yeah, they followed the chart. They just didn't get the 2 points on the board, did they?
Nope. The Browns drive about to get started. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. He gets this one to Boyd. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on Ringo. Tight ends on Ringo. Hey, 4 down, 4 down. No. Off. Ready? Check.
Check 13. Check 13.
Watch the edge. Kill.
No, lady.
I got it.
Darnold now to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Boyd. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Mike 54. Come on. Tighten up.
Check.
Ready? Watch it.
25. Check 25. Check 25.
Now Darnold sliding, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. New Orleans adding some depth to the secondary. They've got 6 DBs out there now for third. Now it's Darnold. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
Incomplete. It's now 4th down.
What a Super Bowl this has been, and the biggest play comes now. It's 4th down.
Ready? Smooth. Ready?
Check 37.
Slam.
Here we go.
They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. He's got his man, Boyd. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down.
Browns, first down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
So now this one will rest on the right foot of Jason Myers. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So now this one will rest on the right foot of Jason Myers. This undoubtedly the biggest kick of his life. And his kick is good. The field goal is through the uprights, and they've won the Super Bowl. And how about this? The dog pound gets the crown. The Cleveland Browns are the Super Bowl champs. And when this moment comes, I think you look back at all the blood, sweat, and tears, the offseason, the workouts, training camp, week 1, 2, 3, all building up now to say you're a Super Bowl champion. It's worth it.
It certainly is, and rarely do we have a team that hoists the Lombardi Trophy that didn't have their share of bumps along the way, didn't have to face some adversity in the journey, and now they get to just enjoy it and revel in it. And all offseason, they'll be signing their autographs with Super Bowl champion underneath it.